Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss, as you can see on the screen, as factorization, and we will discuss factorization by different methods. And the first method is by taking common. How do we factorize? So whenever anyone tell you or ask you to factorize this question, so what we do first, observe, do you see anything common in the terms? If you see common, so just take out common something. Look at this first question. Yes, it's 9a minus 12a squared. What you observe here, that we have a, yes, we have a in both terms. And if you look at the 9 and 12, both are multiple of 3, or both are divisible by 3. That's why we take 3 as common. Secondly, when we have variables, so what you will see, the variable should be same. Yes, first thing first. Secondly, you always take the smallest power as a common. That's the most important thing. So now I'm going to take common from here. So it's going to be 3, yes, along with a with the smallest power 1. So what I have now, it's going to be 3 minus 4a. Remember, if I multiply the bracket, expand the bracket, I must get the original term. Similarly, if I multiply these two, I will get the original term. If it is so, it means your factorization process is absolutely correct. If it is not, means you made a mistake. Secondly, you observe that the bracket and the term 3 are multiplying each other. So factorization means your expression should be in the form of product. Let's take the second question. Yes. In the second question, they ask you to factorize again, but if you look at this, we have P as common. Yes, we have P common here. And look at the 12, look at the 16. Yes. They are divisible by 2. Yes, they are. They are divisible by 4 as well. So we always take the biggest number or the largest number. It means I will take 4 and I will take P as common. Now what should I write inside the bracket? So think I write a number. If I multiply the 2, I will get 12p. It's going to be 3. And what I write here after the plus sign, a number such a way, if I multiply 4p and this number, I must get 4, 16p square. That's why it means it's going to be 4p. This is the way we take the common or factorize the expression. Okay, let's take on the next one. In this question, yes, I can see 5 common. Yes, 5 and 10, multiples of 5. As I can see x with power 1 and power 2. So I always take the smallest power as common. So my common will be 5 and x, and it's going to be x minus 2. If I open the bracket, I'll get the old terms or old expression again. In the part D, 15 and 12, yes, multiple of 3. And what do you see? A square and a cube. Remember, always take the smallest power common term. It means I will take, sorry, not 5, it's 3. My mistake. Let me correct this. Yes. I repeat. I'll take 3a squared as common, the smallest power. What we have now, we have 5 plus 4a. That's our final answer. Okay, look at the part E. What we have common here? Yes, I can see 5 as common. I can see x as common. So it's going to be 3x plus 2. Okay, take the next one. Yes, again we have 5 common, we have b common here. It's going to be b minus 2. This is the way we factorize by taking common. Let's see. Yes, we have more questions here. 21a squared minus 14a. Yes, 7. Very good. And a smallest power. Now we have 3a minus 2. In this question, we'll take 3 as common. We will take x power 1 as common. So it's going to be x minus 4. This is your final answer. And remember, factorization stands for your expression should be in the form of product. That's the key definition of the factorization. Again, by taking common, but if you notice, yes, there is a difference. What is the difference? Difference is in the previous segment we had only 2 terms, but here we have 4 terms. First thing first, let's see what is common in all the 4 terms. Look at very carefully and observe. Do you see anything common in all 4 terms? So the answer is no. Nothing is common in all 4 terms. So that what we do now? Now we take common by pair. Means first thing first we will observe what is common in the first 2 terms. Yes, I can see I have 3 as common. I can see R as common. What left hand side? It's going to be 6C minus D. Now let's observe what we have common in the last 2 terms. As you can see, T, yes, T is common, but remember signs have very good importance. You must remember about the signs. If you look at the first bracket, the first term is a positive, means C is positive. But if you look at the last 2 terms, we have 6TC. If I take T common, my 6C becomes negative, right? And it should be positive. I repeat, it should be positive. That is why I decided to take minus as well. Common means I will take minus common here. When I take minus common, what happens? Every sign is going to be changed inside the bracket. So it's going to be 6C, not minus 6C. And here we have plus TB. I have taken out T as common, so it's not going to be plus T. It's going to be minus T. Now, now you can realize that the 2 brackets are identical. Yes, if the 2 brackets are identical, means you are absolutely correct. You are on track. Now what we do now? Now, as I can see, 6C minus D, 6C minus D are again same. So let's take out the common. So as I take out 6C minus D as common, what happens? Now I write down in the next bracket residue, the remaining parts. Yes. If I remove the 6C minus D, what happens? Only 3 are left. So write 3 are. If I remove 6C minus D, what left? Minus D left. To right, minus D here. Now you can see the 2 brackets. Yes, they are multiplying each other. This is what we require. Factorization. 2 brackets or 3 brackets should be in the form of product. Okay, guys, let's take the next question. Again, 4 terms. Nothing is common in all 4 terms, right? Okay, so in the first 2 terms, I observe x is common here. As I take x common, what's left inside the bracket? So it's going to be A minus b. Now I take 3 common. Now I take y common. But remember, signs are very important. It should be a plus 3y or it should be a minus 3y. Since you observe in the first bracket your a is positive. In the second bracket, a should be positive. So if I take 3 common and y common from the first term along with the minus sign, what will happen? Sign bit changes and it is going to be plus a, not minus a. Similarly, when I take common 3y along with minus sign, what happens? Sign is going to be changed and it's going to be a minus c. Now you observe the two brackets are same. Yes, that's the main turning point. If the two brackets are same, means your factorization is on track. Now, let's take a minus b common here. And I take a minus b common and write down the remaining parts. So a minus b has taken out x left. A minus b has taken out and minus 3y left is your final form of factorization. So let's take the part C. In the part C, we observe that in the first two terms, yes, nothing is common. That's true. So what we do now, rearrange the terms. Now, I 4ax squared. I observe this. I'm going to write 12ex squared. Now I can see something common here. In the next two terms, I'm going to have the square. Now, if you look at the first two numbers, first two terms, I can see 4 and 12 means 4 is common. I can see x squared, yes, the x squared taken as common. What left? In the first term, it's a, and after plus sign, it's going to be 3b. Let's take a close look to the last two terms. There's nothing common except one thing. That's called minus sign. Yes. So I'll take it common and it's going to be minus 1 as common. 1 doesn't make any difference, that's why I write 1 here. What happens? Signs are going to be changed because I've taken minus as common. So it's going to be a plus 3b. Yes, look at, yeah, the two brackets are same, a plus 3b, a plus 3b. Let's take our common a plus 3b. And in the second bracket, it's going to be 4x squared minus 1. Now, if you look at, the second bracket, yes, in the second bracket, there is one more possibility that we would discuss in the next segment. But since right now we are on the track, that's why we cannot leave it here in this way. The process up till here, the answer up till this step is it's correct, but it's incomplete. There's something more to be done. More. Look at the second bracket. The second bracket can also be expressed as and it seems to be right. Yes. If I open the square, yes, I'll get the same thing. I'll get the same terms. The question is what I'm up to, what I'm looking for. Yes, your answer is right. Your question is right. Actually, I focus on identity. I told you in the next segment we will discuss, but right now we can't leave it blank here. We can't leave it unattended. That's why I'm just I have to tell here. Actually, we must remember an identity. What identity is? The identity says a squared minus b squared is equals to a plus b, a minus b. As you can see, this is the first term a square and this is my b square. According to this, I can write it in two brackets. Yes, I can. So just follow this pattern. So it's going, remember the first bracket will remain same, nothing happens to the first bracket, but the second bracket will be broken down into further two brackets. How? It's going to be 2x plus 1, that is a plus b, and we have a minus b. So it's going to be 2x minus 1. This is your final answer. Here you will get complete marks. Otherwise, you will lose marks if you stop at this step. The answer is not wrong, but incomplete. That's why they will not award you marks. Okay, let's take the next question. Part B, 12 plus 8t. Yes, something is common. And what is common? It's 4 as common. It's going to be 3 plus 2t. In the last two brackets, I can see minus as common. I can see y as common. So it means the bracket, the signs inside the bracket will be changed because I have taken minus common. 3 plus 2. Yes, a good sign that we found two brackets same, two brackets identical. That's why I will take the common again. 3 plus 2t as common. The bracket removes 4 left. The brackets remove y. That's this is what we have after the complete factorization. Now move to part E. 2yt minus 8ys. Yes, very obvious. 2 is common. 2 is common. Y is common. Oh, what we have inside the bracket now, it's t minus 4s. Now in the last two bracket, I will see z as common, z as common, but what should be the sign? It should be a positive one or it should be a negative one. Since you observe here that this t is a positive and here the t is negative. That is why we must take minus as common so that the signs are going to be changed inside the bracket. So it's going to be t not minus t, and this is 4s with minus sign. Now the two brackets are identical. Yes, in the first bracket I will write t minus 4s. In the second bracket I will write 2y minus z. Okay, let's take the next question. In the first two terms, I can see 3, I can see as common. So 3 see as common. Now 3 have taken common, it's going to be 2x minus y. In the last two terms, what I see, d as common is of course what it should be. It should be a plus or it should be a minus. Since the first term in the first bracket is plus, so this should be plus, and it will be, I'll take minus as common, otherwise signs cannot be changed. This is 2x minus 5. The two identical brackets. So the first bracket, I'll take 2x minus y as common, and now we have 3c minus d. This is my final answer. Okay, next question. Yes, as you can see, something common, and what is common here? It is 4p as common. What we have now inside, it's going to 2x plus y as a residue, and inside the second two brackets, I can see, yes, I can see minus as common. Remember, since I have taken the minus common, signs are going to be changed in the bracket. That's going to be 2x plus y. Yes, the two brackets are same. 2x plus y. So the second bracket will be 4p minus 3. Yeah. The part H. Yes, this part. Oh, I see. If you look at the first two terms, nothing is common. Yes, very good. We have to rearrange the terms. So x squared minus xy, and we have 5x minus 5y. Okay, if you look at the first two terms, x is common here. So what we have inside the bracket, we can have x minus y. Now I can see plus 5 is common, so it's going to be x minus y. Yes, the two brackets are same, with x minus y and x plus 5. So this is what we covered in the second type of factorization, in which we found four terms. In the first segment, we discussed factorization when we take common from the two terms, and here we have four terms to take common. Now, factorization by taking, actually it's identity, not taking common, so wrong, adding it by identity. So the identity is a squared minus b squared. So the identity works when you have two terms, both have a square, and in between there should be a minus sign. If this happens, if one satisfy all three conditions, yes, I can apply this identity as a factorization. Okay, let's take the first question. It's 4y squared. So What should I write inside the square? Because I need square on this term. But you can see there's square on y only. Your 4 should also be covered under the square. That's why I put a bracket here. It means it's going to be 2y whole square. Because if I square the terms, it becomes 4y squared. Now, in the second part, what should be under the square? So it's going to be 1. Why? Because 1 square remains 1. That's why it's going to be 1 square. Now I fulfill the first condition here in this step. That's why now I can convert into this format. 2y plus 1, this is a plus b. So this is, we can observe the two brackets are multiplying each other. Yes, this is called factorization by using the identity. Okay, and the second question, first things first, what should be under the square? The first term, yes, of course, it's 1. In the second part, it's going to be 3x. Now, I can realize that I fulfill the first condition. Therefore, I can use the second part in which I will write two brackets. 1 plus 3x, 1 minus x. Yes, this is the way we use the identity to factorize the equation. Now, in this question, what we observe, it says 3p square. Now, one get puzzled. What should I write here to make square again? Which number which I square and I'll get 3? There's no number like this. Same as the case in 12. Yes, you cannot write any number here. So finally, I decide something else. Before deciding anything, you look at carefully the two terms. Do you see any common in the terms? I think you can see. And what's common here? Yes, 3 as common. So what happens? What we have inside the bracket, it's going to be p squared minus 4. If I open the bracket, I'll get the original answer again. But look at inside the bracket. There's nothing common here. But what I can see, I can cover under the square. I can write p here and I can write 2 here. Means the first condition of the identity has been fulfilled. Now I can apply the identity. Now I must write two brackets, one with the plus sign and other with minus sign. This is your final answer of factorization. Okay, if you look at the part D, yes, the same case appears. That's why we decided to take 3 as common first. And we have inside the bracket y squared minus 1. Now, this is 3. Let's decide what I can write inside the square. This is y and this should be 1. Now we can use the identity. 3 will remain same 3. And we can write the two brackets, one with the plus sign, other with the minus sign. Okay, let's move on to the next part E. In this part E, again, the issue is same. You must take common something. That is 5. That's going to be 4t squared minus 1. We got two terms. Now we try to discover what should covered under the square. It's going to be 2t and this is 1. I can apply the identity according to this. You will write two brackets, one with the plus sign, other with the minus sign. This is your final answer. Okay, part F. Yes, but you got it. 2 as common here, and inside we have 9t squared minus 1. Okay, let's decide what we can have under the square. It's going to be 3t, and this is going to be 1 again. Now I can use identity, and for this, I will have two brackets, 3t plus 1 and 3t minus 1. Okay, look at the part G, 7x squared minus 63. Yes, it's very obvious. Something we have to take common, and which is 7 common. We have x squared minus 9. So, for before application of the identity, we must discover what we have inside the square. X plus 3 and x minus 3. And one important thing, it doesn't matter which bracket you write first. If you write x minus 3 and then x plus 3, it doesn't make any difference. Because in the form of product, it makes no difference. Look at this. Yes, 5 is common here, and it's going to be x squared minus 4. And the second is going to be 2 squared. X plus 2 and x minus 2. This is what they ask you to factorize of. So you have different things, three different things multiplying each other. That's called factorization. That is the important one. My middle term breaking. You can see we have just three terms and we have nothing common here. How can I factorize this kind of situation? So first thing first, whenever you will find three terms, the first thing first, observe, do you see anything common here in all three terms? The answer is no. Nothing is common in all three terms. And what we do now, the method tells you middle term breaking method. Means we will break the middle term. So how can I break the middle term? Before this, I repeat, you must multiply the first number and the last number. As you can see, the first number is 1. So the product is plus 12. Now, you have to think two numbers. If I multiply them, I will get 12. That's the one option. That's the second option. And that's going to be the third option. There is no other option by which I can get 12. Now, which option is suitable for me? Let's decide. Okay, can you see that the product is positive? Positive means you must add. So which pair should I add? And I'll get 7. If I add 12 and 1, it gives me 13. If I add 6 and 2, I'll get 8. If I add 4 and 3, I'll get 7. It means this pair is workable for me. Now, how can I write the middle term? Look at this. Remember, I'm just breaking the middle term. Therefore, first term and the last term will remain same. Instead of 7x, I will write 4x and 3x. Why am not writing the sign? Let's decide signs together. Now, always remember the sign of the middle term must go with the bigger number, which is 4. Remember, it will never change. This theory will never change. Now, what should be the sign of the second term? If I write plus here, what will happen? The two terms will be subtracted and the answer will not be 7, right? But if I use, if I use the minus sign, what will happen? The two terms will be added and become 7. Now, what I found? Yes, very good. We found 4 terms and we will take common pair by pair. So I'll take the common from the first two terms. It's going to be x. Now what left inside the bracket? And it is x minus 4. Now in the last two terms, again, I can see 3 as common, but the question is what it should be. Should be a plus 1 or should be a minus 1. Since the first term in the first bracket, this x is positive, so this must be positive. That's why I take minus 3 as common. Signs are going to be changed. And this is x. As you can see, this minus becomes plus. And same here, this sign also changed. Firstly, it's going to be x plus x minus 4. Signs are going to change. Yes, the good thing is the two brackets are same as we observed in the previous segment. So I'll write x minus 4 in the first bracket. In the second bracket, I'll write x minus 3. This is how I can factorize any expression with 3 terms. Okay, let's take the next question, part B. Again, the first important thing, you must multiply the first and the last number. Yes, and you found the product as minus 8. Let's think about 8. It could have been 8 times 1. It could have been 4 times 4. No any other option. Now, this minus tells me that I must subtract the pair. If I subtract this, I'll get 7. If I subtract this, I'll get 2. But I'm looking for 7. That is why this pair will be used here. Now, how can I use here? My first term will remain same. I told you my last term will remain same. The middle term is going to be broken down into 2. Oh, sorry, my mistake. It's going to be y. And it's going to be 8y. Look at the middle term. It's a positive one, so this sign leads to the bigger number. After this, the second sign. Since I need to subtract, therefore I will use minus sign here. Now you can see in the first two terms, something is common, which is y. Okay. Now what I can see the common in the last two terms. Yes, very good. It's minus 1. That's common. As we take minus 1 common, the signs are going to be changed. It's become y plus 8. So in the first bracket, I will write y plus 8. In the second bracket, I will write y minus 1. Let's move on to the part C. In the first, again, the first and the last term must be multiplied and the product is plus 6. Now let's see how can I get 6? 6 times 1 and 3 times 2. Since this plus sign tells me that I must add the two numbers. If I add the first two, I'll get 7 and the last one I'll get 5. Definitely means we will use 3 and 2. Yes, we break the middle term with 3 and 2. That's going to be 3x, it's 2x. Remember the first and the last term will remain same along with the signs. Now what I write here? Now this minus sign will lead to the bigger number, that is minus, and the second, that is 2x, must be minus. Why? Because I need to add them. That is why this sign must be minus as well. What I see, the first two terms is x as common, so it's inside the bracket is going to be x minus 3. In the second bracket, I'll take minus 2 common, and it means since I'm taking minus common, signs are going to be changed. So x minus 3 will be the, okay, observe, yes, x minus 3 same because the brackets are same. In the second bracket, I will write x minus 2. Okay, now I hope you noted. Okay, boys, let's end our class here. Inshallah, in the next class, we will continue with such interesting topics that are very important. Thank you very much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.